have
getting.
two comebacks la to Nota. Sorry, that I just need to table. The first one being, he says foreigners are not the issue.
No. I'm not
we
the
are speaking
enemy.
about, I'm not the enemy, my apologies, in the township business.
Yeah.
And mind you, we're not speaking about undocumented people, we're not speaking about criminals.
No.
We're just speaking about foreigners
Yeah, illegal immigrants are criminals.
who weren't born here and who run businesses. One of the comebacks that a lot of people have compared to the big white corporates is that the big white corporates create jobs for black people. And they pay tax, which ends up being used for free education or grants or whatever the case may be, versus some of these foreign business
pay
owners
tax.
who don't hire
They
black
avoid
South
tax.
Africans, who also maybe don't pay tax as well, kind of situation. So that's my first comeback. The second one is, mining used to be a very big in our economy. I don't know if at its peak it might have been 60%. It's gone down a lot over the years, and
But it's still the biggest.
It might even be at, yeah, I'm gonna throw a number now, but I know the squatters will correct me, but maybe
I think it's
4% to 10%
Let me just
of a
check.
contribution, because most developing economies in the world are now run on services and not so much tangible stuff. So an accountant will earn 40,000 and a miner will earn 10,000. A farmer or a farm worker will earn 3,000 for making food, and the person who does services in law, whatever the case, is charging 2,000 rand an hour. So the economies have shifted from goods, products to services, and we see the same in our economy. We're not manufacturing textiles. We're not manufacturing a lot of the goods that we use. Mining has become a very small part. Even agriculture in itself has also become smaller than it used to be.
Yeah.
And for me, those are some of the industries that I think for the masses, we need to forget about rich
Just
people
under
living in
5%.
Sandton.
So yeah, you
Under
were right.
5%,
Just under
4%.
5%.
So just for the masses aren't living in Sandton. They aren't living a first world life. They need to pretend like we're still third world and utilize the land they have to farm, to manufacture and build for themselves and gain the dignity that our people need. I just wanted to have those two comebacks before
Yeah,
we
no,
continue.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. The thing is that in this world, right, it's not black and white, good and evil in that sense.
Sure.
So
The world is not binary.
yeah, there's nuance to it. What I'm saying is that the foreigners, especially the African foreigners, the Somalians, or even the Middle Eastern and
Ethiopians.
Bangladeshi, whatever,
Okay.
they're a better devil than the white elites.
What do they do for black South Africans?
What I'm saying to you is that they did not do what the white elites had done to black South Africans.
I fully agree.
So
They have not committed the same atrocities. I agree.
And from that level, from that playing ground, it makes it easier for us to have progressive conversations about how we can move forward together. The second point that you had as well is about the lack of dignity. I cannot have a negotiation with you if I don't have self-dignity. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that's our job as South Africans, as natives here. Our job is to, or those of us who have got influence, those of us who have ascended to some level of influence as well. Our job is to inspire, give the young kids dignity. You know what I mean? Give them dignity. That's our job.
Self-love.
Self-love, everything.
Self-belief,
And-
self-awareness.
And guess how we can do that? We can do that through exploitation of our culture. Smuda used to play Jay-Z Take Over every morning. And
That was my
I love
that was-
Jay-Z.
that was my
I love
favorite
Jay-Z. I
breakfast
know
show.
I know Jay-Z's lyrics back to front, his entire catalog. I've got an MBA in Jay-Z. I said this before.
Come on.
And knowing those lyrics, knowing what he was saying and understanding, and then watching him make the business moves inspired and conscientized me. Same thing about listening to Smooth's breakfast show and everything else. Him going out in the streets, whether it was when he was doing things with containers, SIM cards, whatever, you name it, all those, and seeing him continuing, right, made me believe that if I do this, I don't need to care if people laugh at me. They're laughing at him because he's the next man.
Yes.
You don't know that maybe 10 years later, he might have a company that sells more knickknacks than Tiger Brands.
Come on.
Angaz. Within the next, by 2025,
Prophecy.
by 2025, by 2025, Smooth knickknacks will sell more than
Jeez. Okay.
the other knickknacks that are available or whatever it is. Chips or whatever it is. Ne?
Sure.
FMCG. Trust me.
Sure.
You know? we won't be looking at Tiger brands and thinking to ourselves, oh no, we need to find someone to give them 30% share or whatever, BEE. Because that is the grant, that is the welfare system that you're talking about. No, we're going to say Sbu, and we say this guy became an FMCG giant.
Yes.
Simbukele.
Yes.
Hustling, doing it like Abu Mama Betu, abathengisa amagwinya emarenke.
Yes.
Doing it like them.
Yes.
And became an FMCG giant.
Yes.
We're going to do that, and that's going to give us that dignity, because the dignity comes from seeing one of us being able to do it. And once we've got that dignity, now we can have proper negotiations. Now we can say, you know what, white corporate elite, we're going to punish you for everything that you've done to us. And we're going to rather partner with our brothers from the continent. Because another thing that is very important is that we must not think that immigration is an enemy of South Africa. No. South Africa must be the country where everybody wants to come. Elon Musk must want to come back to South Africa. We need to convince Elon Musk to want to come back to South Africa. He needs to think to himself that, you know what, I left South Africa because I thought America was better. And it was. But now South Africa has improved to a level where it's even better than America. Because we do have the cultural heritage that America doesn't have. And we also have the diversity that America doesn't have. And we also have a mixture of people from all over the world that no other country on the African continent has. And what does the African continent has? It has a youthful population, which means the production of the future world is going to be done here on the African continent. So we are the next superpower. We've got all the potential we need to be the next superpower. And the biggest, the biggest stumbling block that we have right now, especially as Black South Africans, is that we lack our self-dignity.
Sure.
And therefore, we cannot even fight for ourselves.